Was it something that ran in your family, or what inspired you to start
My
writing and
adopted
singing?
grandmother is Linda Hopkins, and she was on Broadway. And she was in my life most of my life, doing Broadway, doing singing. And my aunt at a young age was a singer. Her name is Renee Lubin Holmes, and she sang with Quincy Jones, and she did recitals, she did music, and so at a young age I was told I could sing, but someone told me I sounded more like Teddy Pendergrass, so I didn't really want to do singing. I wanted to be an actor, so I noticed that every time I went out for like a real Othello or Shakespeare, I would get a minor part, but whenever I went out for a musical, I would get the lead. And this is a weird story. I When I was young, I lived in an area, Menlo Park in East Palo Alto. East Menlo and East Palo Alto is a predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhood, and Palo Alto, where Stanford is, and Menlo Park, white. Atherton, very affluent, and in Menlo Park they had a theater guild, and they made a show called Noah's Animals, and it was about Noah. And we had a couple musical numbers, and everybody went up for the parts, and I got to be Noah. And
Wow.
the trippy part was that I didn't know, because I was young and my mom shielded me from this. There was some backlash about me being Noah, and I got in the paper and everything, and they interviewed me, but I didn't understand why they were in. I just thought it was because, hey, I'm a great actor, great singer. These people are so happy I got the part. But then I found out there was a growing backlash of people that were upset that this, and I am mixed a little bit, but with Spanish, Hispanic, and Black and Creole, but they were upset that I got chosen as the part of Noah. And my wife,
Wow.
she was a Jewish girl. She was Jewish. And I didn't think of it at all when I got the part. I just knew that I was Noah and I was this great part. But there were people upset that this brown skinned black boy was playing the part of Noah, which honestly, Noah probably looked like me anyway. You know what I'm saying? In real life. But
Right.
but
Exactly.
they were really upset that I got the part, and I didn't know that my directors were like, "No, this boy earned this part. This boy," and we it was like sold out. And I thought the people were coming for me. The people were coming to see who is this black boy. And at that moment, I knew I really wanted to do that. So what happened is my grandmother, she knew I had it. She goes, "I think this is what he wants to do." So my grandmother took me to see Dreamgirls on Broadway, and I was like 10 years old, 11 or something like that. And when I saw Shirley Ralph in there, and Oba Babatunde was in it, and some other people, I think Deborah Varell, and what's her name? Oh God, she's gonna get mad at me because I know her. Um, all of them were in all these big, they were in it. And when I seen this part called "Step Into the Bad Side," when I saw them brothers sing "Step Into the Bad Side," I was like, oh my God. And they was coming down them stairs. I said, that's what I want to do. And I really wanted to do Broadway. I want to do musicals. I wanted to sing, and that's what I knew. And I didn't really pursue it. I was going to college. I got into college, Southern University. Woo! Southern University in Baton Rouge. And I came home my last semester to intern at a television station. And some brothers that I grew up with remembered me singing on the bus all the time and singing growing up. And he said, "Hey man, I need your voice. I need you." And I really didn't think I could sing that well. I was like, I could sing, but I didn't think, well, no, great, great. And they were like, and I was like, "You want me?" So I was thinking, you know what, I could become a manager. So I told my cousin that could sing, because I have a lot of singers in my family. I told my cousin that could sing, and I told another cousin. One cousin, I couldn't, he didn't show up. Other cousin said, "You know what? I'm gonna do gospel," and that's what he does to this day. Zeandre Rashawn, he leads. He's a minister of music church in San Francisco, and he said, "No, God put me here to do gospel." So I got mad, and my mom said, "Well, you probably just want to do it yourself," thinking that she was gonna talk me out of wanting to do the music. And I went to the audition myself for DRS, and I'm singing. Next thing you know, this white boy comes from behind this thing, talking about, and I got scared. And I thought it was a setup. Ran out the room, and they ran after me. They said, "Hey, hey, 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 don't, no, this is." And it was Jerry, Terry Heller from E40. It was Jerry Heller's nephew Terry, and he was down there working with the group, and they were looking for someone that could sing like Jodeci, and they were like, "Well, we're not saying you in the group, but can we get all your information? We need this, we need that." And this guy's my witness. 2 days later, I get a phone call like 6 o'clock in the morning, and my mom was like, "This better be good." And she hands me the phone, and this guy says, "Hey, this is the Eazy. Um, I hear that we want to put you in this group because they had a demo deal with Eazy, Ruthless Records." And he said, "Let me hear you sing." And I was like, "I don't know what to sing." And he said, can you do some Jodeci?" I said, "I don't remember the words." So they fed me the words, and I started singing Jodeci. And then I did a little My by Johnny Gill. And next thing you know, I was on a plane going to LA, and
Wow.
our demo deal was with Eazy. And then when our demo deal was up, he was supposed to pick us back up, but he had us and Bone Thugs and another group. And I don't know what happened because one of the dudes in the group was kind of shady. And all I know is I was told that Eazy did not try to come pick us back up. I hear that's a lie, that Eazy wanted us. But we ended up, and Suge Knight wanted my group, and Sony wanted us. And we ended up, Hammer came and said, I got the best deal. Let me tell you. This is what I can do. This is what I can do for you. I got Capitol Records. I got this. You go with me, and I'll make sure, baby, I'll take you to the top. Take you to the top. That's how Hammer used to talk to us. Take you to the top. And we decided we auditioned for him. He liked us. I didn't really want to sign the deal, but my boys were like, "We've been doing this for so long. We've been trying, and we finally got her." And you would think that Hammer would have been the church choir boy. He gonna do us right. Hammer is the one that really took us to the cleaners. He turned out to be the one that really wasn't the right one for us. But I will say this: if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be out here singing today. I give him that much. The financial part I'm still working on because we're owed a lot of money, and we got taken. And when you're young, that's what I'm saying. Black people do black people wrong. At least with a Jew might have screwed me, but at least he would have gave me some Vaseline. You know what I'm saying? And give me a little something. Black people in the street back then, they took everything from me. They didn't want you to have nothing. They wanted to be in control of everything. You know. So that's
Okay.
part of
So
that show that I'm trying to do. Talk about those issues because it wasn't just me. It was tons of groups that were, and I'm so glad some of those groups have been able to come back now and capture, because we got a lot of old school concerts going on. So I'm glad that they got to do that, and I'm trying to do that with my group as well. You know, bring back
yeah,
at least
definitely.
part of DRS and put some new music out there.
Okay, okay. I wanted to go back a little bit. What was it like working with Easy E? Did you get to spend any time with him, or was it like brief?
It was brief. I spent some time with him. I actually spent time with his wife and him because I was one of the few members of the group that used to come. I had a girlfriend out here at the time, so I used to come to LA a lot, and so I would be out here with Second to None, Easy, and all that. And then, unfortunately, he got sick. Um, basically, when I was big in the industry doing my thing. So he wasn't coming around too much after a while. And we knew something was wrong, and we just didn't know what it was. Because I remember Easy, I thought, he would cough in a bag sometime and he would spit up and be like, okay, we don't, didn't know what was really going on with him. And I don't think at the time he knew really what was going on with him. But I'll be honest with you, very intelligent man, very intelligent. Um, People look at Easy and go, "Oh, this gangster, he's nothing but a thug," but he comes from good stock, and he had a head on his shoulders, and very very business minded guy. Wasn't like you think. Everyone thinks, oh, they just sit around smoking weed and talking crap and doing that. Easy, at least the Easy that I met, he wasn't like that. Very business minded. Um, you could tell, I could tell that if Easy would have lived today, he would be he'd be that multi-millionaire. He'd be a Tyler Perry.
Oh
He would be
yeah,
someone,
definitely.
oh yeah, he would be that $500 million guy because he would have branched out. He would have been and I think that's why he respected Ice Cube so much because he understood him and to me, him and Ice Cube they were similar. They were both business minded. And I actually wanted to be like Ice Cube in my group. I wanted to be the one like Ice Cube that didn't sign the contract. I told my group, I'll be with y'all. Anything you want me to do. I just didn't want to sign that contract because I'd heard Ice Cube didn't sign his. And I was like, I want to be like him. But
Yeah, yeah, he made a powerful move by doing that, and it worked out for him. I mean, Dre, he ended up bouncing back. It took him a little longer, but you know, it kind of worked out for both of them, though. Now, did
yeah,
you,
yeah.
when you was with Rufus, you said Bone was there? Did you get to work with them or no, or have any
No, no,
interaction
we
with them?
always knew about Bone because we hear stuff, but no, we never worked. Like when I see Busy and all them, they give me respect. I'm like, hey, what's up? Because when they knew that we were both vying for the same position. They were vying, trying to get with the Easy. We was trying to get with Easy at the same time. So
Oh,
the better team won. I kind of wish we would have won with. I personally wish we would have won with Easy as well. I don't know if we would have been as successful with Gangsta Lean if we would have went with Easy, but I just feel like we would have stayed in the game maybe if we would have went with
yeah,
Easy.
yeah. I think they might have been a little bit inspired by that gangster lean, because you know they made Crossroads, but they made it like a rap, you know.
Well, yeah, 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 because I remember when they didn't do all that skibbity bone. I remember when they were just rapping. So I do, even though they might get mad at me saying this, but I always think that maybe we kind of inspired. I do know we inspired some people. We inspired people to do
Yeah,
some
definitely.
things.
Gangster lean was hard. It inspired everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
was bumping
it's
that.
hard for me sometimes to recognize that because I made it and it was kind of like okay, like and it didn't dawn on me until I had an older white woman come to me, and we was on tour, and she came crying, and she said, and her grandson was mixed, and she said, thank you so much, and I was like, thank you for what? Because I didn't think it was gonna be popular. I thought it was gonna be an underground hit in the hood, and that was it. But she was like, to me, you gave my grandson a voice, and I just want to thank you for that. And I was like, huh? And then I realized that when it comes to death, don't matter what color you are, everybody dies. Everybody dies. And it doesn't and you realize once you make a song like that that you can't just say, oh, this is for black people or Hispanic people in the hood. People we had people that were corporate people. I love that song. Oh my God, it reminds me of my grandmother. Oh my God, I give it up. I tip my 40 to this person, that person. And you realize that, oh my God, you've touched people's lives. And to this day, it still amazes me when people be like, "Oh my God, I love that song," and fan out about it because I'm like, it's just a song and it's just me, and I feel like I ain't done what I'm supposed to do. Like I ain't no big star. I need to be up here and do that. But then sometimes I realize and I say, well, thank God I was able to do something in my life that people can look back on and say, hey, this really affected me. I knew this song. And watching the Black Girls comedy sketch at the end of the whole series for them to sing Gangsta Lean to each other, I was like, wow. To think somebody was sitting there in a writer's desk saying, we should sing that song Gangsta Lean at the end of this show, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. That song was powerful. You made history. So, you know, whatever you do from that point on is extra, because some people, they may work hard their whole life and never reach that magnitude. You planted a lot of seeds, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you touch people of different backgrounds and different demographics.